I went to lots and lots of different Christian churches, and I was just,
Right.
this is horrid. This is horrid. You know, just the whole notion that the creator, that the core being could be a man is so blatantly untrue. You know, I just no. And then I explored Islam. And when you talk to people who are really wise about Islam, then Allah is actually has no sex. You know, there's so much in it that's really, really beautiful. And I could really relate to when people, you know, this is what it is, this is what it means. And I was like, wow. And then I was a bit like, well, that's the theory, but the practice really fucking sucks. Right. And again, it's Frauenhaat. You know, women hate, it's misogynistic, you know, and then somebody would say to me, yeah, but heaven is under the feet of your mother, right? And I'm like, look, men who were willing to kill people to get a virgin are deluded.
I've heard that.
No man in their right mind, no man who knows anything about sex or sexuality or sensuality wants to sleep with a virgin, right? And men who do want to sleep with virgins, that is just a sign there's something wrong with your fucking head. You know,
My
quick interest. Sorry, what were you saying?
I've got a quick question, like going on to this point about which faith do you feel or religion you feel might be better for women. So starting with your process with Christianity, I would say like maybe your biggest issue, and correct me if I'm wrong with that, is this whole teaching that we are inherently evil or wrong. So that started that, and that is in Christianity. I'm not the first person that has told me that. And then now going on to you started studying with witches, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, was it male and female, or was it just women?
Always work with women.
Okay, so, and now we're talking about Islam.
Where men were present. I went to rituals where men were present, but my teachers were always women, you know?
Right.
And what they were talking about is that if you look when Christianity started, so you have, first of all, Judaism.
Right.
And if you look at Judaism, there is traces of that they've come from something, but you know, you have the Shekinah.
Yes.
Right? People are the guardians of the planet and not the rulers of the planet, you know? So you can see that they're taking a step away in a very determined direction.
Right.
But it's still really close to what they're coming from. So they have to pay lip service to it. Yeah? Then Christianity comes a little bit later, and there's they don't have to pay anywhere near as much lip service to the foundation that they've come from. So by the time you get to Islam, they're so far away with it. They're like, fuck all that, you know, positive women stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, spread them, you know, that's, you know, and it's just, you know, like modern Islam creates safe space for women, but it's not, it's only safe because there's no men in it. Right. It's not safe because it really honors them, but they do have an amazing, you know, the one reason that I considered really for a long time being Muslim was because of the women's culture. You know, because there is that protected space for women, and women are encouraged to educate themselves.
Wow.
You know, and there are lots of benefits as a woman in that space. But basically, you only really get in there, and you only get any respect if you make sure you've got a man. And you know, so again, I was a bit like that. And then I met Nichiren Daishonin's Buddhism. And from the moment, so I was introduced to it by another Black woman. And I spent the first probably 5 or 6 years trying to find something wrong with it.
Buddhism?
Yeah, with Nichiren Buddhism.
Oh, okay.
Nichiren Buddhism. So it's a very, very specific strain. So it was started by now he started off as a poor man in 13th century Japan, and he came from the lowest level of families. So his family were fisher people in a culture that didn't eat flesh.
Right.
so, you know, people who dealt in dead flesh were really the lowest of the low.